all of us feel that it's quite a complex subject. It's quite difficult to deal with. It's something we don't really know where to go with it. There's clearly a push from the brands that we're working with. So the print industry, a lot of the customers from the print industry are obviously the brands. If they're not directly the brands, then customers are the brands, and the brands are defining what they see as important in terms of sustainability. So whether it be Unilever or Nestle or P&G, they are setting their goals for sustainability, and they will come through the supply chain to us, the print industry, and impact on what we deliver and what we do for them. So it's important to be aware of what is going on. It's also a bit of a challenge because I think I love this term. You may have heard of it. It's a wicked problem. Sustainability is one of those things. It's a wicked problem. It's a problem that's difficult or impossible or too complex and too interconnected to solve. So what we do is we kind of go, well, that's a big problem, and we're just going to kind of ignore it. But we know that wicked problems, by their nature, have massive interconnectivity, and so we can't ignore it. And what I want to look at is what we can do. Take a few steps to do something to manage that issue. And I literally just talk a little bit about things like Covey's sphere of influence. So if some of you might know this, Stephen Covey did 7 steps to greatness, really. And what Covey talks about is these kind of what you can influence and what spheres of influence. And it really just reminds you to focus on things you can change. So when we're talking about sustainability, it's such a massive issue, a wicked problem that's so complex, it's quite easy to ignore. I just talk a little bit about kind of drilling down, finding those little things that we can do, we can change as the print industry on the whole, and look for some simple solutions or simple paths to take. So that's really what I'm talking about. And I've got a couple of interesting examples that I'll share with you. I've got a colleague who's joining me who has a particular product that's quite interesting that he's going to just share with you. There's a couple of other ideas that I want to share with you about recycled PVC, about non-PVC PVC, which is interesting. So some materials for the print industry that might just give you that step in the right direction with sustainability. The reality is we've just gone through a period of time with COVID where it's really difficult to engage with people, and I think it just reminds you when you come back to trade shows that how important face-to-face contact is. And I would argue a case to say, the print industry in the UK needs trade shows like this to give it a forum for discussion and conversation and networking and ideas, and also to ensure that we actually retain a sense that we have an industry in this country, a print industry. And that's really important because actually we've got a long history in it, as you said yourself. There's a history, and we need to continue that, really. So that's what I would say. Print show is an important one. Trade shows generally are important. You can see that other trade shows in Europe have done really well with people coming back to them. So, it's going to be good to be face-to-face with people. And, I look forward to presenting the content that we've got to present to you. And I think it's always good to turn up to shows to learn something. If you walk away with some little idea that you didn't have before, that's good value.